What's up, guys? We have Vincent Paglia here. Came back from YCS Anaheim. How'd you do?
I got top 16, lost in the draft portion. Just didn't have enough practice for it.
Alright, but you did pretty well. You played Shaddolls?
I played Shaddolls, Chaos Shaddolls.
Chaos Shaddolls. And so let's go see, first of all, how did you do in Swiss?
In the Swiss, I went X and 2. I was after I got my second loss, I believe it was the 8th round. Or no, the 7th round. Then I had to win out the next 4 to top, which I did.
So what'd you play? What'd you play against?
First round, I played against Lightsworn. It was just it was the rogue ones. Everything else was meta. I played against three Shaddoll, 2 Chaos variant, 1 artifact. It was 1 Stella Knight, and the rest BA.
Nice. Any problem matchups for you, or are they all pretty good?
No, the hardest matchup is probably the mirror, but it wasn't that hard really. It was just like whoever drew better in a sense to a certain point, but you can also just outplay your opponent by just going off over and over again by setting a beast, sacrificing setting a beast, because beast is one of the best cards, just drawing certain cards to win, Raigeki to clear the board, BLS to push through. But it's really tough matchup still, back and forth. But my worst matchup is Flipfort, whatever, but I didn't even get to play 1, so I was happy about that.
It's pretty lucky.
Yeah.
Question, so why did you pick Chaos versus Artifact, first of all?
I feel like even though I had a little worse matchup versus Clipfort, I feel like Chaos Shaddolls had enough aggression versus them that you can just kill them before they even got the chance to set up. And also it has the best BA matchup, which they've been winning. BA got won the last 2 tournaments, so I felt like BA would actually overrepresent and beat all the Clipforts anyway, so it was in my favor.
And it worked out for you because you actually did get to play a lot of Burning Abyss.
Yeah, Burning Abyss was the easiest matchup. I only lost against 1 Burning Abyss, and the other matchup I lost was to 1 other Chaos Shaddolls.
Nice, nice. That was actually why I played Shaddoll too. I felt like I was going to play all the Burning Abyss, but I played 0. So I guess you knocked them all out. Alright, let's get to the deck list real quick. So the monsters? Yeah.
Here's the Shaddoll portion of the deck. 1 Falco. This card was really slow in testing. It was just no point in. After first turn, it was really bad. Unless you could put pressure on your opponent to force them to kill it. 2 Dragon. I had this at 3. I decided to cut it at the last second for a 3rd Beast. 3 Beast just to draw power. This actually was probably the best card because in the mirror match, if you run out of Beast to sacrifice your fusions, then it's really hard to stop their Shaddoll Fusion from killing you. Same with Hedgehog to help you. It's easy just to send a search for your Beast to sacrifice your fusion. Squamata is he's basically all copies of the other ones. Helps with Mathematician.
And kill Vanity's Fiends.
Yeah, kills Vanity's Fiends. He's just probably one of the best of them, just the utility, because he can be any Shaddoll you want him to be when you need him to be. For math, you need the Squamata to send the beast, so math is just amazing. Now here's the dragon portion of the deck. 1 Eclipse Wyvern, 2 white dragon Wyvernbusters, 1 black dragon Colapserpent. I had it at 3 and 2, but I drew the 2 of the dark one too often to give me a dead draw, and it was just terrible, and I just lost because of it most of the time. So I cut it back to 2 and 1. Then the 1-ofs Felis. This card was I drew it a couple times, but it was actually better. In testing, the hardest part of this deck was to win without lights. Even if I drew this card, I was happy because if I had a Shaddoll Fusion or L Shaddoll Fusion and I still have any of my Shaddolls, it was at least a light, because Construct is the best card you want to make. You never want to make almost anything else. Winda's good in certain situations, but once you have to have already a board presence. You have to have almost a clear board to make Winda good. But Construct is just the best card because it makes the light replace itself anyway, because Construct gets to send a Shaddoll, so it pluses out of it. Then easily Dark Arm Dragon, Felis, and the new addition from the last couple tournaments was obviously Denko.
Totally.
This card is ridiculous. I opened Denko Fusion against the Burning Abyss matchup, and it was just game over. They just could not come back. I wiped their board, like Dark Arm. Like if you open like obviously Denko, Fusion, and the little Dark Dragon, or a way to get to the little Dark Dragon with the White Dragon, it was just ridiculous. It was just game over. Like I had it happen a couple tournaments, couple rounds against the BAs, and it was just ridiculous. It's okay versus the mirror. You usually side 1 or 2 out, but other than that, it was still just a white, which I wanted for the deck.
Right,
just to make construct.
So that's why it was good that you had Felis also, because it's an extra light. You don't really want to make construct with your Denkos, right? Because you want them.
You really don't want to, but if it's in your deck and it's come to late game where they don't have backer anyway, you might as well thin your deck with Fusion and get them out of there.
Right. Okay, cool. So any changes to the monster lineup?
No, I'd probably keep it as is.
Two Denkos, not 3, right?
I wouldn't. It was really dead against like the mirror. Like I wouldn't play it more than 2 versus the mirror match. I would just, unless it's the artifact version. The chaos version, these are almost totally dead.
Okay. Plus they can easily swing over it with Dragon.
Yeah, with like a lot of anything.
Squamata.
Now this is the spells I played. Played 3 MSTs. These were great all around. I almost never sided them out, only versus the mirror match. 3 L or
so
3
why'd you
Shaddoll.
side out versus the mirror match first of all?
Well, once they're all chainable, everyone stopped playing Vanity's Emptiness, so I didn't have to worry about it. That was the only worry I had throughout the whole like tournament was emptiness, like trap wise really. For like MST, I want to get rid of like right away. Like, but no, everyone stopped it in the mirror match, so I always wanted to take these out because we need more monsters in the mirror match just to like get through. And it was also for the Clifford matchup. That's why you have to main the 3, just for like 6 sets. 3 Shaddoll Fusion. You kind of have to play 3 with BA running around,
right?
Like, or else you might be able to cut back on it because how like unoften people play around this card. People always play around it, but BA are the exception. They can't play around it. They usually have to go first turn Dante or something like that. Then the next 3L Shaddoll Fusion.
Standard.
It's pretty standard because it's also just the best. These 6 cards are all good against BA just because this gets the initial one out and then this kind of saves it. Like they can't Karma Cut your guy, they can't Wing Blast it. They have to use 4 cards, 2 like Karma Cuts, 2 Wing Blast, just to get rid of your Fusion, which is really nice.
Right. Super
Poly, best card. Just no complaints. Foolish. It was just another way to search Eclipse Wyvern and any Shaddoll. It was good. When I was playing it, it was like when I didn't have a lot of monsters, it was best because I can search Hedgehog. That's what I used it most often for, or just Dragon to pop with back throws just to push. And then finally Raigeki. Raigeki was like one of the best cards. Like it was never bad. I had no complaints. Now the traps. I only ran 6 traps. 3 Sinister Shadow games. Just staple. More MSCs, more card draw. Just anything you want it to be when you need it. 1 Shaddoll Core just to retrieve back your L Shaddolls and Shaddoll Fusions. 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. It was really just for the Clifford matchup, but it was really clutch versus like a Virgil too. Like as you see, some people only ran 1 Virgil still, and if you Bottomless that, you'd have to worry about it the rest of the game, which was a big deal for this deck. And Compulse is just to hit like Dante's and like anything. You can also Compulse your own like Fusion if you're forced to keep it on the board versus the mirror match. You can always just Compulse it back, which could be like life-threatening.
Okay. And let's go see the extra deck.
The extra deck's pretty staple, but 3 Construct. I made 3 of these like couple games. You have to run 3, especially in the Chaos version, because sometimes you go Fusion for Construct, L Shaddoll Fusion for Construct, and Super Poly for game. Like it was just that much. You have to push for that much damage.
Right. It's the best one anyway.
It's the best, hands down the best one. 2 Winda. This card obviously best versus BA. Like it's mediocre versus like other matchups. Like it's good versus Teller Knights, things like that.
Also.
Teller Knights and BAs where it shines, but other than that, like they have to have not a Dante on the board to run it over already. So
Denko Sekka, Winda lock.
Yeah, summon Denko Sekka, summon Winda. They're really tough time getting over it. They have to send out to the graveyard somehow.
Or Stoneforth Monarch.
Or Stoneforth Monarch, which a lot of people did side in.
And finally, obviously, one Sheka now.
One Sheka.
Was it useful for you?
I think I made it 0 times, but you have to play it just for the off chance, because I had the situation where I summoned a Mathematician, and I activated the fact he broke through skill, and I had to chain with Shaddoll Fusion to make this guy, even though, yeah, it's just to push the effect through.
Yep.
That's the point of it. Then rank 4s. Daigusto Emeral saved me a really clutch game. He pushed with BLS, Dark Arm, and Construct, but I had a breakthrough skill for his Dark Arm, so he couldn't clear my board. And I had like a field of like 3 monsters, so he couldn't kill me. So I pushed back. I was able to, I had an Eclipse Wyvern graveyard with 6 Darks. So I was able to special summon, normal summon, add back my Dark Arm, Daigusto Emeral back, drop Dark Arm, blow his board, and attack for game.
Nice.
Castell, I made it once throughout the tournament. I really needed it at that point. I cleared his BLS out of the way and attacked for game with it. Lavalval Chain, I think I made it once throughout the tournament. It was also versus the Shaddoll Mirror. I put, I think it was Shaddoll Mirror. Is the Shaddoll Mirror or the BA? I put a. No, I think it was BA. It was I put BLS on top of my deck to keep the pressure on, because he stopped my Dark Arm play, but he was running out of cards, so I just put Dark Arm on top of my deck with my remaining level 4s, and the BLS was enough because he made Acid Golem and had Karma's cut set, but he couldn't clear the Lavalval Chain, so Lavalval Chain popped his back row, he chained it, I BLS removed his Acid Golem and attacked for game with a normal summon monster. Exciton Knight, I never used it because I never really versed Cliff for it. That was probably the main use for it.
Good option to have.
Yeah, but you need it. Then the Synchros, the level 6 I played was Goyo Guardian. It was just another way to push, another 2800 beater just to be able to push for you. Because I feel like
Banisher.
Goyo's just a bigger card. Like Psyhemoth, like I don't want to, like if I feel like, because I've also run Breakthrough Seal, so if I really wanted to get rid of a like Vanities, like I just want to I want to run it over. I don't want to slam into it. Also, he's just a bigger body, which put better combinations for OTKs. That's all. Then I have level 7s. I ran Yazi. He was just really good versus BA, untargetable, so just easy to make. Arcanite Magician, easy. Light, another way to make Construct. If you don't open a light, you can always send the light to the graveyard to special it, so you can, another way to make Construct. Black Rose, this was really interesting for like, if you're forced to like Math and Black Rose versus a mirror match, so you don't keep a extra monster on board. That's the whole reason of Black Rose. Like, and it was also a decent versus. It's also okay
really
versus
good versus Clifford's, man.
Clifford's, but I didn't play it against Clifford's.
I played 5, and they don't run Skill Drain main a lot of them anymore.
They were scared of mirror match, so it was
exactly. So then you only have to worry about Vanity's Emptiness, and
then Leo, I made him once versus a Tellarknight player, and that was pretty much it.
Okay, and then let's see your.
I decided to cut the 2300 attacker because I only run Armades because like it never came to a certain point. Like it sometimes came up, but I'd rather usually keep my Math and my Falco on board. Like the only time I would want a synchro for it was if I wanted to get rid of Hedgehog, but again, I'd rather just use it for another Shaddoll Fusion for my opponent's turn. I'd rather not go into the 2300. It was just really like, I'd rather not lower my Shaddolls after that.
So would you add or cut anything from your extra deck?
The extra deck was perfect. Like, no, nothing was bad. Like, I wouldn't touch the fusions. I would always, you have to keep 3 construct. I would never cut it to 2. They're just too good. Here's my sideboard. 2 Vanity's Fiend. This I got last second, right before a tournament. My friend let me borrow them, which I still need to return them. This was really good. This was really good versus the mirror. That's what I really decided for, is the mirror match. Because they, as you see, they cut a lot of their traps anyway, so they're more vulnerable to this card. Thunder King was for the Clifford matchup because all their guys are 18. and then they have to pendulum. You can, if they have the equip card, they'll try summon and ram it over it. But if you space the equip card, they'll just slam into their guy. Now they lose their equip card and their monster. Yep. So it's a really good card just against them.
I'm so glad I put that in mine also.
It's a really good card. I've been playing it for a long time. It's one of my favorite cards. One Knight Dragonless. This card's really good versus the BA matchup. It puts all their extra monsters to defense, and they lose all their attack, or they lose all their defense. So this is just really good because they have to get over it some other way. Besides their extra deck, they have to use a trap card. So this was pretty good. I only used it like once or twice. Like one time was to XD, but it's just in points of the game where it comes out of. Okay. And here's the trap cards: 3 Fairy Wind. I didn't play against Clifford's one, so that was really irrelevant. 2 Mirror Force, 2 Breakthrough Skills. These were MVP of the whole tournament. I sided these almost against every matchup because every matchup, like even BA, Mirror Match, I saw every time they bring out a Vanity's Fiend, Majesty's Fiend, and I bring these in, and they were amazing. Right. This card, I was almost in time one of my last rounds, and he had one more turn to push, and he ran Mirror Force, and I lost. And this card was amazing. It's breakthrough Windas, breakthrough Vanity's Fiends, Majesty's Fiends. The only BA I lost to was I opened 4 fusions, and he went first turn Majesty's Fiend, and I just didn't draw any of my sideboard, which my whole sideboard was kind of to beat the Vandy's lock because everyone was siding it. Right. So breakthrough skills and mirror forces were like perfect.
So that's why you played the next card.
And then 1 creature swap. This is to go really versus BA mostly, because if they go first turn, they always go first turn special stack Vanities. You can just summon Mathematician, get a plus off it, then creature swap, and then you have their Vanities and you attack over your own Mathematician, and you get a draw card. It was this. I don't think I drew it once when it was relevant though. Okay. Mind control is mostly just for the mirror and for the Cliffords, because all the Cliffords are level 4. So if they don't have skill drain up, like this is just like an easier way to X on their board.
Nice.
And then my final, my last second tech that I decided to play for the tournament was deck lockdown. I sided this against some BA matchups and Cliffords, but I didn't play any. This is like a mistake for 2 turns, but they can't special from deck, so it turns off graphs and it also turns off disc. So it just helps you push towards both of their edges.
So you like this card actually helped you out?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Like it was just the whole point, just stall for 2 turns, and this deck doesn't. The Shaddoll deck just doesn't search enough to make it relevant. Like they only have the little dragons and the Hedgehog to make it relevant, and it's not as good versus those matchups anyway. Hedgehog because they have like skill drain and stuff, and you don't really need the excess monsters. That's perfect.
Awesome. So yeah, congratulations, top 16. Actually, you beat Johnny Niggle in top 32.
I did beat him. It was a really close game. But I did eventually 2-0 him. Like it was really drawn out games. I got pretty lucky first game. The second game, I think I was just going towards my favor the whole game.
Nice. All right. Well, any shout outs before we go?
No shout outs. Just it was glad to see everyone back in Cali. I hope to see everyone again.
All right. Shout outs to We Play Games. Thanks for letting us record here. And congrats again. When are we gonna see you next?
Well, probably obviously be at Nationals next year, but wherever there's tournaments close by, I go. But anything else, I probably won't.
Go to ARG Chicago next week.
Way too far for me, way too cold. I live in Vegas.
Yes, all right. Yeah.